Imagine a world long before our own, a world ruled by giants. For an astonishing 170 million years, dinosaurs were the undisputed masters of our planet. This was the Mesozoic era, an age of titans that saw the rise and fall of the most incredible creatures to have ever walked the earth. From the scorching deserts to the lush, steamy jungles, they dominated every corner of the supercontinent Pangaea. But who were these magnificent beasts? And what was their world really like? Let's travel back to the late Cretaceous period, about 95 million years ago. Here, in what is now South America, we find the largest land animal of all time, the Tyrannosaur. These long-necked sauropods were true behemoths, some stretching over 120 feet long and weighing more than 70 tons. Picture a creature as long as 3 school buses, weighing more than a dozen elephants. Their sheer size was their greatest defense. Moving in vast herds, their thunderous footsteps would have shaken the very ground. A moving forest of flesh and bone. Just one kick from their powerful legs could shatter the bones of any predator foolish enough to get too close. They were gentle giants, plant-eaters who spent their days stripping leaves from the tallest trees, a testament to nature's ability to push the boundaries of life to its absolute limit. But the Cretaceous wasn't just a world of gentle giants. It was also home to some of the most fearsome predators imaginable. None is more famous or more feared than Tyrannosaurus Rex. T-Rex wasn't just a monster of the movies. It was a real-life apex predator, standing over 12 feet tall at the hips and measuring up to 40 feet long. This carnivore was built for one purpose: to kill. Its most terrifying weapon was its mouth, filled with 60 serrated, banana-sized teeth. Each tooth was a dagger designed to puncture hide and crush bone. And the power behind that bite was immense. Scientists estimate T-Rex had the strongest bite force of any land animal ever, capable of exerting over 12,000 pounds of pressure. That's enough to crunch through the solid bones of its prey with ease. It was the undisputed king of the tyrant lizards, a perfect killing machine. Yet, T-Rex wasn't the only super predator on the block. Far away, in the river systems of what is now North Africa, lived a different kind of terror. Meet Spinosaurus, the spine lizard. Longer than a T-Rex, and possibly even heavier, Spinosaurus was a semi-aquatic hunter. Its most distinctive feature was the enormous sail of skin on its back, supported by long spines, which may have been used for display or to regulate its body temperature. Unlike T-Rex, Spinosaurus was adapted for life in and out of the water. With its long, crocodile-like snout and cone-shaped teeth, it was perfectly designed to snatch slippery fish from the water. Its powerful, paddle-like tail propelled it through the ancient rivers, making it a formidable ambush predator. It was a creature of two worlds, equally at home on land and in the deep. A true river monster of the Cretaceous. The world of dinosaurs was full of surprises, and perhaps none is more bizarre than Therizinosaurus. When its fossils were first discovered, scientists were baffled. They found claws, but not the kind you'd expect from a predator. These were scythe-like claws, growing up to 3 feet long, the longest claws of any animal in history. But Therizinosaurus wasn't a fearsome carnivore. It was a plant-eater, standing tall on its 2 legs, with a long neck and a pot-bellied stomach. It used its incredible claws not for fighting, but likely for pulling down leafy branches to eat. Imagine a creature that looks like a giant, a feathered bird-like animal with the claws of a nightmare. Therizinosaurus reminds us just how strange and diverse life was during the age of dinosaurs, challenging all our expectations. But the age of dinosaurs wasn't just confined to the land. The prehistoric seas were a realm of even greater monsters. Ruling these ancient oceans was the megalodon, a shark that makes the great white look like a minnow. This super predator could grow up to 60 feet long, 3 times the size of a modern great white shark. Its jaws were over 10 feet wide, lined with rows of 7-inch, razor-sharp teeth. Its bite force was so powerful it could have crushed a small car. The megalodon was the ocean's apex predator for millions of years, preying on whales and other large marine mammals. It was the ultimate sea monster, a true leviathan of the deep. And what of the skies? The air was ruled by pterosaurs, flying reptiles that were not dinosaurs, but their close cousins. The king of the Cretaceous skies was cute or coatless. This was not a bird, but a flying reptile with a wingspan of up to 36 feet, the size of a small airplane. When it stood on the ground, it was as tall as a giraffe. Despite its enormous size, it was a graceful and powerful flyer, soaring on thermal currents for hundreds of miles. It would stalk its prey from above, a winged giant that could swoop down to snatch small dinosaurs from the ground with its long, toothless beak. The sky offered no escape from the titans of the Mesozoic. Were these incredible creatures just mindless brutes? The evidence suggests otherwise. Dinosaurs like the Trudon had relatively large brains for their body size, comparable to modern birds. They had large eyes, suggesting keen vision, perfect for hunting at night. Fossil trackways show that many dinosaurs lived and hunted in social groups or packs. They exhibited complex behaviors, like nesting in colonies and caring for their young. These weren't just lumbering beasts. They were intelligent, adaptable animals that thrived for millions of years. They had strategies, social structures, and a level of intelligence that we are only just beginning to understand. Then, 66 million years ago, it all came to a sudden, catastrophic end. A 6-mile-wide asteroid, traveling at thousands of miles per hour, slammed into the planet near the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. The impact was more powerful than 1 billion atomic bombs. It triggered a global cataclysm. Earthquakes shook the continents, tsunamis washed over the coastlines, and a superheated blast wave incinerated everything for thousands of miles. A thick cloud of dust and debris blotted out the sun for years, plunging the world into a long, dark winter. Plants died, the food chain collapsed, and the reign of the dinosaurs was over. Over 75% of all species on Earth were wiped out in this mass extinction event. But is that truly the end of their story? Not entirely. Look out your window. Listen to the birds singing. The incredible truth is that dinosaurs never completely vanished. One small group of feathered dinosaurs survived the cataclysm. Over millions of years, they evolved, diversified, and became the birds we know today. From the tiny hummingbird to the mighty ostrich, every bird on Earth is a living descendant of the dinosaurs. Their feathers, their hollow bones, and even the way they care for their young are all legacies of their ancient ancestors. So, the next time you see a bird, remember you are looking at a modern-day dinosaur. The age of giants may be over, but their legacy flies on. Thanks for watching.